Welcome back to the Green Means Go channel. It's your host, me, and first things first, I do want to thank you guys for continuing to come by and support me. I know the internet is a very loud place. There are thousands of people vying for your attention and time, and although I still want to grow this channel and I want to make this my full-time job, I need to be thankful for the people who continue to come by while I am not yet where I want to be. So thank you guys for helping me get started and continue to grow this channel. Before we get started with Threesday, I will tell you I have made a couple of videos on March Madness content. I know we are in full March Madness swing right now. I have a video out that advertises, I'll link it right here, my free bracket pool where I'm actually giving away the ad revenue of this video to the winner. And right now, guys, you're going to get pennies. So if you want to check that out and join that group, the password is GMG. Go ahead and do that. A couple of other videos about March Madness, upsets, Cinderellas that I like. I'm a little worried that because of March Madness, we're not going to get this promo today. I have this weird feeling that Draftkings is going to focus more on March Madness this week for promo allocation and maybe not for the NBA Threesday. So this could all be wasted time. We'll see. As always, the $10, $25 maxes are plays, I believe, at all bankrolls, but I know everyone's tolerance is different. And the $50 one is personal preference. I play it every week, but I have not had the best luck in the weeks past of hitting these. I would also like to advise converting your free bets when you get them as best as you can. There are different tools out there to help you do that. If you want to follow me on TikTok, I would appreciate it. They can't pay me until I get 10,000 subscribers or followers, and I'm not even close. So if you use TikTok, that would help me. This is how I check all the data. Like I've said in weeks past, I go through and I list all the players that take the first three. If they're highlighted in green, they made the first three. I then sorted all the data into team, sorted by players, attempts, and made, so it's a little easier to consume. Last week, I talked about finding balance in, do you want to make sure that this player is starting, or do you want to get value early? And I put Derek White here at the bottom because last week he was 8-1 when I made this video, and by the time the game tipped off, he was like 5.5 to 1. So because of my limits, I can't find value early. I have to just wait until I can get $50 down on a player, and that is usually not until 6 or 6:30. So don't kill all these lines, guys. Please, just kidding. Get them in if you can. I would probably say finding value early is the best way to do this long term. Today's slate is not great. I'll be honest. It is small, 5 games, and the options you have aren't amazing, but we're going to talk about each one right now. We'll start with Charlotte and Orlando. I've given this a C rating. You can probably expect a mid-20s free bet back. Looking at these players, Bridges is someone that I still continue to have my eye on as he has shot 9 first threes for Charlotte, and he's made 33% of them. Brandon Miller has shot 4, has a better percentage of makes, but he is at 425, which is a little bit less of a payout. I would still go Bridges just based on volume, but Mikic down here, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, is 13-1. And this is a guy who has taken 3 for this team, and he's only made 1, but you see that the volume is there. And I say volume is there because Bridges is taking a ton of these. So if Bridges isn't taking them, it's Miller or Mikic. So at 13-1, certainly has my attention. Gary Harris for Orlando continues to have a crazy run. 6 attempts and 5 made, and I think at 5-1, you still have value there. Jalen Suggs has the worst odds of the day, maybe for good reason, 5 attempts, 3 made. Wendell Carter has made 75% of his first threes, and he's taken 4 of them. So at 8.5-1, I think there's value. So if you're looking for value, I would go Mikic or Wendell Carter. If you want a safer play, I would go Bridges or Gary Harris. Those would be my options for this game, and I don't think this is a horrible game to play, even for the free bet. It's all going to be about the same. Houston and Washington, second game of the night, also a C rating, probably a mid-20s free bet back. So again, $25 and $10, you'll get your return on your investment. Jalen Green is the guy for Houston, 5-2, and you see him at 5-1, which I think is about fair. Not a ton of value, but I think is accurately priced and worth a play. Corey Kispert is finally being priced correctly at 3.8. He has shot 6 and made 4. He had a crazy run this last week where I think he hit 3 or 4 of these for his team in a row. Kyle Kuzma has been hurt, so I would be careful playing this immediately. I would make sure he's still in the lineup, but an interesting guy, made both of his attempts, and at 7-1, I don't think it's horrible. These guys down here, maybe Dylan Brooks, only shot 2, made 1, but at 9-1, it might be worth it. I think there's better options than this game, so I'm probably passing. Pelicans and the Nets is a B rating for me, hopefully a high 20s free bet returned. Mikal Bridges is obviously being priced the most aggressively because he shoots almost the most on his team, 6, but he's only made 2. Dorian Finney-Smith is a guy that I would go with ahead of Bridges, I think, in most cases, especially when you can get almost double the value on him at 5-1. He has shot 7 and made 4. Cam Thomas is not horrible either, shot 5 and made 2. McCollum and Valanciunas are the only guys who have shot first for the Pelicans, shot a 3, which is absolutely wild. And if you want value, you got to look at Jonas Valanciunas down here, 25-1. He leads his team in first 3 shot, and he's made 1, which obviously doesn't scream efficient, but 25-1 feels way too high. I actually went ahead and put a free bet on it early, a $6.68 free bet that I had in my account, just because I think that does have tremendous value. You play this game 25 times, I would hope he hits the first 3 one time based on these numbers. So if I had to pick a guy for this game, Finney-Smith maybe. We see Schroeder taking 2, a guy who's just recently been into the rotation, so he's kind of undervalued in terms of volume. Maybe worth a look. I would have to do more research about how many threes Ingram and Jones are taking early in games. So I guess those 2 guys are options at 9-1. Cam Thomas at 5-1, I don't hate. A lot of options for this game, and it might be worth your time. Dallas and the Spurs are my choice at best game of the day in terms of value. Hopefully you can get close to a $30 free bet returned. Luka continues to be the stud for the Mavericks, but Kyrie is slowly creeping up on him. If Kyrie hits tonight, they will be tied. 340 and 360, those odds match. I think those are fairly priced. We look down here at Wemby. He's 2 for 3. He comes in next. PJ Washington, though, we have been able to get him at closer to 10-1 in weeks past, and I think we finally see some adjustment here. He is 2 out of 3, but I think at 600, it's a pass, given that I would say there's more value in these 3 guys, even at their lower numbers, than PJ Washington. Julian here, 4 attempts, second on his team, but he's only made 1. Devin Vassell is probably the guy that has the second most value at 7-1, shot the most on the team. He's only hit 1 though, but at 7-1, I like it. And I think the best value that you can find on this entire list is Trey Jones. I think this is a misprice at 16-1, and I would imagine that this ticks down to 8 or 9-1 by tip-off. So I'm telling you, you're getting double the odds what I think this goes off at. He has, sorry for that, let me fix this real quick for you guys. I know that's annoying. But he has shot 3 and hit 2. So he is nearly second on his team. He's tied with Wemby, right? So if you look at it just in terms of what we have here, and I'll stop moving my mouse so a little bar goes away, but you have the same distribution as Wemby, and Wemby's getting 5.5, and Trey Jones is getting triple that. So definitely Trey Jones as an option for this game. Last game of the night is Denver and Minnesota, and these 2 teams are the top 3. Indianapolis is the first at defending the 3. So not a game I would play at all, and one that you're probably going to get low 20s in. I believe Denver played last night, maybe. I don't think so. So maybe not a back-to-back. But Minnesota did play last night, and Anthony Davis baptized John Collins. Weird game, too. Michael Porter, 330 is probably your best or most safest bet. McDaniels just can't find the bottom of the bucket. So if you do want to play this game for some reason, and you believe in the do factor, McDaniels is your guy. 6 shots, no makes. I think that is maybe worth a look. But again, not a game I'm touching, certainly with the $50 minimum. Thank you guys again for stopping by. I'll go ahead and link some videos here for you guys to watch as they relate to March Madness. I'll continue to do these. Thursday should be fine. Again, I hope Draftkings brings this promo back with Thursday starting March Madness. I can see them kind of peeling off of NBA a little bit. So best of luck as you play this promo. As always, share this if you feel led and drop in the comments who you are taking. And we'll see you on Thursday, hopefully.